I'm excited to welcome on one of the top prospects in 2023, Kaleb Glenn. What's going on today, bro?
Good.
For sure,
You?
man. Well, I mean, your freshman year's in the books. You obviously had a great year to make Max Prep's All-American team. Just take us through your freshman season.
Uh, it was a good season. Uh, as a team, we finished 31-4. We were supposed to go state, but like it got canceled because of Corona. And yeah, I averaged a double double though from start to finish my freshman year. And yeah,
And you come off a season pretty much leading your team to 31-4 record. That's pretty good for a freshman season. How do you look to build off that now in your sophomore year?
uh, I wanted to do better, like have less losses, and uh, winning that state championship that we didn't get to this year.
And there's two matchups in particular I really want to touch up on. You did get to go up against Kenny Chandler this past season. What was that game like?
It was a tough game. We was winning. We was winning most of the game. And then foul trouble happened. And then, Kenny Chandler went off, had like 35. Yeah, he's tough.
And being a freshman, I mean, obviously, it's gonna be your time someday in a couple of years to be one of the top guys in the entire country. What's it like learning from him? Like, what's some of the stuff you like watching guys like him, watching guys like Reach, which we'll talk about in a minute? What's some of the stuff you learn from some of the guys that are established stars in high school?
It's just work, hard work and dedication every day, nonstop, just getting better every day. That's what I learned.
And Reese, as I just mentioned, was another one of the top guys you got to go up against. What was that game like?
It was another tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Like we was tied at halftime. Then Reese went off. He had like a double double, I think. Yeah.
And as I said, you're going to want to kind of become one of those top guys. You're a top guy in your class already, but as you become a sophomore, junior, move up, you're going to start getting national attention as being one of the top guys in the country. How do you look to kind of develop into that?
Uh, just just stay focused, no distractions. You know, chase a bag for real, for real. Yeah.
Without a doubt. And you mentioned earlier, I mean, you averaged a double-double, a little over 13 points a game, 10 rebounds, almost even 4 blocks a game. What do you think you're capable of averaging next season?
Uh, I for sure should be averaging over 18 and 15. I think so. That's my goal.
No doubt. And for your freshman season, it's not always easy to come in and kind of become a leader of a team right away. How are you able to kind of become one of the go-to guys on your team this past year?
Uh, so my team, we had like a couple of players that play D1. That's going to play D1. Like practices was just it was hard and like game like because like you playing against future college stars every day, practice in and out of practice. So it just helped me a lot and translated to the game.
And that's something that's unique. I mean, you're at a school that's not necessarily a massive national prep school kind of level guys, but you guys produce national talent kind of players, top guys that go to college, you guys win state championships, pretty much dominate Kentucky. What's it like being
Yeah.
a part of that history, that kind of program?
It's great. It's it's the reason why I went there because like you get it's not even just competition at the games. It's just competition in practice too. And then the coaches are on you all the time. Yeah.
And Coach raved about how talented you are. As we talk about this, so many elite players come from your school. He said you could be one of the best, not the best, to ever come from there. What's it going to be like possibly growing into that next kind of level player?
That's that's it's a big thing. Like some good players that came through middle high school. That's big.
No doubt. And we mentioned obviously you could have some big schools start reaching out to you. I can imagine they already probably have, but possibly going to a national schedule school, one of the big prep schools in your state, maybe even outside of your state. Is that something you might consider someday?
Yeah, that's something I want to consider. Just like to see what it's like and all that stuff. Cause like me as a self, me as a person, I want to play against the top talents, the top teams,
Mm-hmm.
all that top players. Go to the best events. Get my name out there even more. You know, get more opportunities for college and maybe even pros. Who knows?
Would you say that's something you might consider this for your sophomore year or sometime down the road, like your junior or senior season?
Probably junior, senior season. I want to get 2 years at home first.
Okay. And so if next year's obviously being locked in, then you talk about wanting to win state. We talk about your averages. What's some of the awards you want to bring in for next season?
Oh, I want to for sure get to that Max Press first team.
Mhm.
That'd be big. And probably go for that Gatorade Player of the Year for my state. So
And
my
when you
home.
mentioned the Max Preps teams, you saw yourself on the second team this past year. Just to be in that honor, be a top 10 guy in their views. What did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. It kind of made me miss basketball even more because like it's. I feel like this was the summer that was gonna turn heads. It just it meant a lot to me.
When was the first time you first saw it, and what was your reaction to it?
I didn't at first. I didn't even know they made that. So like I was just working out, and then I checked my phone, and Max Press tagged me in it. I was shocked. Yeah.
In your part of 2023, it's a new era kind of class. It's really the first class of being social media dominant for a lot of guys. We've never seen even one guy in high school ever have 1 million followers. There's two of them. There's a lot of those high profile guys in your class. What's it like kind of being a part of this new generation with social media era in this class?
It's nice, especially since our class. I feel like our class is like one of the best
Hmm.
ever. It's a lot of talent in our class. Feel like we going our class as a whole would do some big things down the road.
Couldn't agree more. And one of those options, kind of where we're going to be heading now, and that's recruiting process. You have your first offer right now. I'm sure there's some sort of interest right now too. But let's talk about that first offer. What was it like the day you heard that Kentucky State was going to offer you?
It was nice, especially since it was my first one. It came after uh, a rival game, and yeah, I woke up and my dad showed me a text. He was like, "You got an offer," and I was pretty excited.
That's big time, and I can imagine there's a lot of
Yeah.
schools that you've heard have some interest in you. What's some of the schools you hear you might be having some interest in you?
Uh, Oregon, LSU, Louisville. That's just a few. That's the few I know of.
And being the kind of player you are, you're going to pull in a whole bunch of high major offers, big offers in the next couple of years or months even. And we talk about you just sent Louisville to school, staying close to home. Will that be something that's going to affect your recruitment down the line?
Uh, it would be nice to stay home, but like I'm open to everything. But Louisville, staying home to Louisville, cause it's something nice. Cause I have ties to Louisville. My dad played football at Louisville. My
Hmm.
mom went to Louisville. So like, yeah, they pretty big on that.
Having a dad that's also an athlete, what's that like kind of growing up just knowing that there's athletics in your family?
That's a nice advantage. Cause like my dad was a freak athlete. Cause he also played basketball. He could have went D1 for basketball too,
Hmm.
but he chose the football route. And then my mom was a track athlete. So yeah, My mom also played basketball too. So I got the genes is crazy.
And that's something that all coaches that are around you, people that are just watching, that you are a freak athlete. I know there's one guy you kind of model your game after in terms of Giannis. What's it going to take to kind of possibly reach that point at some day?
Uh, I'm working towards that point now. I just want to be like built physically like him and like play like him, cause like no one can guard him, and he's just a beast. That's what I strive to be like.
Is Giannis your favorite player?
Yes, for sure.
I'm guessing the Milwaukee's probably your favorite team then too.
Yeah, I like watching them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, you continue to just build on, add pieces to your game. Is there anyone else you kind of take pieces from, or other guys you kind of like in the NBA that you kind of add some parts of their game into yours?
Uh, I really like I really like Pascal Siakam,
Hmm.
um, Tatum, and like players like Joel Embiid, like he's an inside out threat. Like mostly inside out threats I like watching because like that's kind of what I play like.
Mm-hmm.
and like and like defensive players and all that stuff. Yeah.
And I can imagine you're also going to keep growing. What's kind of the body you kind of see yourself panning into? Like, what's the height? What's kind of the goal weight you want to have before you graduate high school?
Uh, I've I'm supposed to be 6'9", 6'10" by the time I graduate, or that's what I'm supposed. I don't know about graduate, but like that's what I'm supposed to be.
Mhm.
And I want to weigh about like 215, 220 by the time I graduate. So like it was like I'll be ready for college and have already have muscle built on, so like I can maintain it through college and through the pros and all that stuff.
And as you approach this recruiting process, there's going to be one new thing. It's probably going to start in 2022, which means also will be available for you guys. And that's that the NBA is going to have the option to go straight to the NBA out of high school, or at least the G League will still be available. Or either one of those two professional routes, or even maybe going to Australia or something. Would you consider any professional route heading out of high school?
Yeah, I'll definitely consider it. That's $1 million right out of high school. I'll definitely consider that.
Mm-hmm. You see guys like Jalen Green, Isaiah Todd, all these guys do it. What do you think the impact's going to have now in the basketball recruiting world from here on out because of the move that they made?
The dude, it's going it's a big impact because like it's not only they got battle. It's not only colleges got battle other colleges. They got battle pros too.
Mhm.
Which pros is you getting money at pros. In college, you ain't getting money. So like it's like a huge battle.
So would you say with the professional route, the best thing about that is the financial aspect of it then?
I wouldn't say just the finance. Like you playing against pros that been in the league for the longest. Like
Hmm.
playing against put the best players from their country and from where they're from and all that stuff.
Couldn't agree more. And if college is the route you take, though, I mean, ultimately, what are you looking for in a program? What's the thing that you mostly want to see in a college that's going to help them potentially land you down the road?
Oh, I want a great bond with the coaches. They got to feel like home, great academics, and I like great facilities too myself. Yeah,
Would you say going to Power Five or a high major school is kind of a priority then for you?
yes, that's a goal.
No doubt. As you kind of approach this decision, you're going to have to eliminate and kind of start narrowing down your list someday. What's it going to take for those schools to make your top eight, top 10, or whatever that list is?
Uh, like like a home feeling, great history of teams like coaches coaching players, putting players in the NBA, and just pros period. And like the history, like if the coach then coach players like me and play players like me in the NBA, that's something I look for.
So if you're building a dream coach, what's gonna make up that coach? Do you want one that's younger, an experienced guy? I mean, what's build your dream coach?
Experienced experience knows what they're talking about. Has a history of playing players in the NBA. Got a great bond with them, and plays in the best like holiday tournaments, the best teams, the preseason teams, and all that stuff.
What would be your dream kind of tournament? I mean, you talk about some of the holiday ones. What's the dream one that you've always kind of dreamed of wanting to play in someday?
Maui, Maui for sure. I love that tournament.
Without a doubt, man. And a couple more things before I let you go. One is I can imagine you want to build a legacy for yourself before you move away from the game of basketball someday. What do you want that legacy to be for what you both accomplished on the court as well as off of it?
Um, Once I get to that point, I wanna get back to the city, my city.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always had dreams of building like my own basketball facility here, and like having big tournaments here, and like maybe have pros train here one day. Yeah,
That's big time, man. And one of those
yeah.
things I know a lot of professional athletes do is possibly sponsor a team. They like being back and giving back to the guys growing up in the community, and obviously being a professional athlete. And that's where you also play AU with Brad Beal Elite. Why did you choose to want to run with them?
Uh, Brad Bill's a great program. I've been hearing about them since I got into AAU. Like they don't they don't coach one best players to ever play. Like Darius Garland, James Wiseman, Jason Tatum, Brad Beal. That's a few names right there.
Mm-hmm.
Even Caleb Love, Cameron Fletcher. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. So what are you kind of hearing? Do you think you're gonna have any AU games this year, or even just maybe not grab you with some kind of AU games with someone?
I don't know. I don't know just yet. I just been training, getting stronger, getting more confident with my game and all that stuff.
That's big time, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy. I look forward to seeing what God's got next for you, man. Of
Thank you.
course, man. You know you're always welcome on, bro. God bless.
You too.